Good morning. My name's Adam Chelton, and I am here to bring change. So I'm just going to hide that. Now, thing is, are you being bullied or know someone that is? If so, let's take action. Now, I'm going to keep that up, that statement there. The reason I'm going to keep that up because I was a victim of being bullied. And please put in the comments who you are, where you're tuning in from, and if you know or if you are experiencing being bullied or know someone that is being bullied. Now, obviously, please share this if you feel like it's going to benefit people. And also, please, let's take action. Let's take action against bullying. Because this is a pandemic. This is one of the biggest stigmas ever. Like I said, I was a victim of being bullied, and it started at just 3 years old because I was unable to ride a bike. And that's when my trauma started, my nightmare. Now, obviously, I'm actually going to discuss different types of bullying here. But obviously, I know there's 6 types, but I'm going to just tell you about bullying in the education system and bullying in the workplace, because they're the 2 big ones. Now, I'm going to talk about cyberbullying. What is it? Cyberbullying, there are some things that make cyberbullying different to traditional bullying. There's 24% of children and young people, they will experience some form of cyberbullying. 17% of children and young people will cyberbully others. That's probably just to like fit into the crowd, if you get me. But just think about that. 24% of children and young people, they are a victim of cyberbullying. 24%. Now, obviously, people all think they're big and hard. I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to take action. I'm better than this person. Let's target the weakness and the vulnerability. Well, no, that's not the way forward. Now, my son Lucas, he was being bullied at his old school by teachers, believe it or not. And very little was done. This is why I took action. So the thing is, what are we going to do about it? Because the biggest type of cyberbullying, the most common type, is name calling. Now, obviously, I've been called names. I've been called fat. I've been called ugly. I've been called all sorts. And it used to affect me a lot. Now, people are going to say, well, why do bullies bully? Now, I've actually uploaded a video onto YouTube which answers that question. Why do bullies bully? So, if you find time, go and have a look at that. Now, obviously, bullying can take several forms. And these are just a few options. There's physical, which is hitting, punching, and beating. Verbal, teasing, name calling, and threats. Emotional bullying. That's intimidation, like using gestures. Social exclusion, like, oh, you're not playing with me. We don't want you here. See you later. Or threats again. Sexual. Racist bullying. Cyberbullying. So that's like online harassment, hate messages, threats, impersonation, and other digital abuse. So, like for example, Facebook creating someone an account and pretending to be that person, or maybe going onto that person's account and pretending to be that person, something like that. Hazing, that's another bullying. Signs your child may be getting bullied at school. I've got quite a few on this list. The child comes home with a torn, damaged, missing pieces of clothing, maybe, books, or other belongings. Has unexplained cuts, bruises, and scratches. Has few, if any, friends with who he or she spends time. Seems afraid of going to school, walking to and from school, riding the school bus, or taking part in organised activities with peers. Finds or makes up excuses as to why they can't go to school. Takes the long out of the way route when walking to or from school. So instead of just walking quick way, they go the long way instead. Has lost interest in schoolwork or suddenly begins to do poorly in school. See what psychological impact that has on that person when they're being bullied. Appears sad, moody, teary, or depressed when he or she comes home. Complains frequently of headaches, stomach aches, or other physical ailments. Has trouble sleeping, for example, insomnia, or has frequent bad dreams. Experiences a loss of appetite. Appears anxious and suffers from low self-esteem. Now, some subtle questions to ask if you think your child is bullying. And this is what you could ask your child if you feel like something's not quite right. I've only got the three. Do you have any special friends at school this year? Who are they? Who do you hang out with? Who do you sit with at dinner time and on the bus? Are there any kids at school who you really don't like? And if so, why don't you like them? Or do they ever pick on you or leave you out of things? Like, don't get you involved. Now, I'm going to go into the bullying in the workplace. Did you actually know that only 1 in 3 people have said that they experience bullying in the workplace? 1 in 3. That means 30% of people have said that they had witnessed someone else being bullied in the workplace. 30%, something as small as that. Now, I know people are actually very cautious when they are saying they are being bullied in the workplace, because if they tell the boss, then that victim actually loses their job. So bullying and harassment can be verbal, non-verbal, written, or physical. So your policy should be comprehensive and one that covers a range of incidents, from bullying and harassment to physical violence. Your policy needs to make it clear that this type of behaviour is considered a gross misconduct, and those found guilty will be dismissed. Your policy structure it must include these: be developed by management and employee representatives, apply to management, employees, client, independent contractors, and anyone who has had a relationship with your company. Define what you mean by workplace bullying or harassment or violence in precise, concrete language. Provide clear examples of unacceptable behaviour and working conditions. State in clear terms your organisation's view towards workplace bullying and its commitment to the prevention of workplace bullying. Precisely state the consequences of making threats or committing acts of bullying. Outline the process by which preventive measures will be developed. Encourage reporting of all incidents of bullying or other forms of workplace violence. Outline the confidential process through which employees can report incidents and to who. Assure there will be no repercussions of those reporting employees. Outline the procedures for investigating and resolving complaints. Describe how information about potential risks of bullying, violence will be communicated to employees. And then make a commitment to provide support services for those affected by bullying. You have to do. Encourage everyone, and this is a little bit of self-care here. Encourage everyone at the workplace to act towards others in a respectful and professional manner. Create a culture of acceptance, tolerance, and respect. Have a workplace policy in place that includes a reporting system. Educate everyone that bullying is a serious matter. Try and resolve situations before they get serious or out of control. Ensure everyone is aware of what constitutes bullying and to who they can go to for help. Treat all complaints seriously and deal with them promptly and confidentiality. Train supervisors and managers in how to deal with complaints and potential situations. We've also encouraged them to address situations promptly, whether or not a formal complaint has been filed. But that can't just be for the workplace, that should be for the education as well. And that's my opinion. Train your staff to be aware of manage their own behaviour towards others and have an impartial third party help with the resolution if necessary. But these are the things you should never do. Ignore any potential problems and delay resolution as soon as possible. Now, whenever bullying occurs, definitely report it. Absolutely report it. Whether it be at school, in a workplace, or online, report it. When bullying occurs, don't react. Walk away. Because what bullies want is they want either a response or a reaction out of you. That's giving them ammunition. If a bully thinks what they have said hasn't bothered you, they may stop. The important thing is to be persistent, ignoring what is being said and walking away whenever you can. Whenever you get that opportunity to walk away, take that opportunity. These are the possible responses you give. Possible. Whatever. You feel better now? If you're talking about me behind my back, then clearly my life is more interesting than yours. I only found something funny to say. Here we go again. I've been called a lot worse. Why would you come up with that yourself? Now, if you actually notice with a bully, when they're surrounded with a crowd, that's all big and cocky. But whenever that leader is on their own, they won't say a damn word to you. Nothing. But what not to do when you're being bullied? Do not ever think it's your fault that you're being bullied. I learned from that. With me being abused and bullied, I thought that was my fault, but it's not. Do not fight back. Do not keep it to yourself. Now, I'm also a victim of that. Do not skip school or work or stay away from the bully. Do not be afraid to tell someone what is happening. Do not hurt yourself because of bullying. Because I know damn well when it comes to cyberbullying, younger teenagers like 13, 14-year-olds, the biggest percentage of them people self-harm because of bullying. And even suicide has happened. And remember, this is the last thing I'm going to say. And I really want you to listen to this. Always remember, you have the right to feel safe at school or in a workplace, and being bullied is violating your human rights as a human. Remember that. Now, on that note, I'm going to shut this off. So remember those. You have a right to feel safe. Let's take action on this and stop bullying now. On that note, I'm going to end this, and thanks for joining.